could you use $5,000? Would that make your life a little better? Would it put a smile on your face? Well, goddamn it, we got the Wig Splitter Workout Challenge coming up, and you can make you $5,000.
What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916, and you tune into another edition of my vlog. I want to say thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for all your support. I'm all about that positivity and that motivation. And today I want to talk about Juice Wrld. Condolences go out to his family. Rest in peace, little homie. Sad situation, man. You know, they say that he had been dealing with some mental health issues and had been medicating those issues with drugs. And you know, a lot of rappers today rap about drugs. They talk about drugs like it's something that's embraced, like it's something that's normal, like it's something that you should be doing if you're a young person. And X-Rated said it best. We should not worship drug users. When I was growing up, there was no open respect for somebody who did Percocet, Molly, or Vicodin, which those drugs didn't even exist back then. So when I was young, it was more, I guess, crack, coke, heroin, drugs like that. But nobody embraced that. Nobody thought it was cool. Nobody was like, yeah, man, I just smoked some crack, or I just snorted some coke. You was looked at as a buster. If you did drugs, you were automatically put on the low-life list. You had no respect, man. You had no credibility. And these drugs that they're basically using rappers to promote are making these pharmaceutical companies billions, man. Billions. You know, these guys are balling out of control, and their kids are balling out of control, and they're the only ones reaping any benefit from all this. And then they're turning around now trying to push the rehab thing, and then they're also locking a bunch of guys up. See, when it was crack, it was a war on drugs. You know, black people, there was no mental illness, there was no addiction. It was just a war. If you did crack, you're going to prison. You sold crack, you're going to prison. You have 20 crack rocks, you're getting, 10 years. It wasn't no love, man. And you got like these guys now who are overdosing on fentanyl, who are hooked on, pain pills, Percocets, you got legal meth with the Adderall, and all this stuff is approved by the FDA, man. They're allowing these companies to slang basically pure pharmaceutical street drugs. Methadone, you come off of heroin, they get you on that. So it's like a non-stop cycle. And one of the best weaponized tools is hip hop. Look at Future's song, Percocet, Molly Percocet, I mean, dude, why would you promote that? I mean, it's not even anything I could fathom sitting around doing Molly, Percocet, sipping on syrup. I mean, dude, why? What is it doing to enhance your life? And then it's only bringing down you and your surrounding circle. And then if you're having kids, your kids are hooked on the drugs. Your kids are all messed up in the head. They're drug addicts. Your kids are born addicted to a chemical. And so, to glorize getting high, partying, don't get me wrong. Hey, man, I love to party. I love having fun. I think it's great to enjoy a good time with your friends, but to sit around and inebriate yourself and to pass out and to wake up and think that, oh man, that was a good party, that's not a good look, man, and it's not healthy, and it's exploiting our communities. You have what they had called now the opioid epidemic, and you have people overdosing in record numbers. And it's an epidemic now, but it's fueled by the music and by what they're promoting on the radios. And I don't know why it's such a big push, but then again, I do know why, because it's a way to control the masses, man. It keeps you guys dumbed down. It keeps you guys in line, and you don't really question what's going on a bigger scale. You don't even know what's going on as far as in politics and world economics, because you're too high and you're depressed. And once you start doing a lot of these drugs now, man, it affects you mentally, and now you do become somebody who has mental health issues. You can't tell me that all these people were born with these issues. A lot of it's come from using drugs. You know, I've heard stories, man. I know somebody who had a friend who tried Molly for the first time, and when they tried it, it fried their brain, man. And now the guy who was an executive at a company, he's basically unemployed and he can't function, and he's a mental health case now because he did some Molly and it was so pure that it just wrecked his whole ability to rationalize and function on a regular basis. And I know people who got hooked on Adderall and, you know, were taking 2, 3, 4, 5 pills a day. One guy was taking 5 pills a day, and he said he was working, 14-hour days. And then when he tried to come off, he said, man, it was like he was trying to come off heroin. He was shitting on himself. He was, throwing up. He was puking. He's like, man, he didn't even know how he was going to get off this. He felt like he was dying. And the only way he was able to kind of get something to help him, they have, I guess, a drug that counters the withdrawals, but it was so expensive he couldn't afford it. So he had to go down and find somebody in Mexico that supplied this particular drug to help him kick his Adderall addiction. But that's what type of shit they're putting out there, man. These are pure drugs that are just no joke, man. And then a lot of these other drugs these kids are buying is cut with fentanyl, and you don't know how your body's gonna react. You don't know how much fentanyl they're using in this stuff. So the drug use, man, you guys, man, it's not something that you can play with, man. And nobody's immune from it. Anybody can be touched by these drugs, and if you have a family member or somebody who thinks it's cool, you need to holler at them, man. And you young people, man, it ain't fly. These rappers, man, they rap about this stuff, man, but look, even they can catch the blues over it, man. It's not like it's not like it's a wonder drug, like it's gonna make you smarter or make you the cool guy. It'll make you the dead guy. It'll make you the guy who's depressed. It'll make you the guy who hates life. It'll make you the guy who doesn't want to go outside. I know people who have friends that can't even go outside. They can't deal with the world because they've got so hooked on these prescription meds that they hate life. So it's a wake-up call, man. Juice Wrld is sending out his message through his passing that you guys need to wake up, man. Drug use is not cool. It's not fly to be out here, entertaining that type of lifestyle. And it's just sad, man, because, rap used to be about empowerment. Hip hop was about knowledge, enlightenment, standing up for yourself. Now it's about getting high, depression, hating life, just things that don't uplift you as a person. And, the direction, I don't really like it. And then, outside of that, it's the violence, kill a brother, kill a guy that looks like you, just kill, have a body, you're a gangster. And, man, I bought into it, a lot of it when I was younger, and it wasn't until I got into my late 30s and 40s that I realized that, man, I was a sucker, man, that I had bought into some cold bullshit. And that bullshit, it took me down a path that, dude, I'm lucky I came back from that. But I know guys who was one of those, dudes who caught one of those cases, and they weren't in there bragging about having a body. They weren't bragging about they were denying it because they were trying to get out. Realistically, they never wanted to admit to anybody that they had killed somebody, even though that's what they were in there for. So the dudes who are running around acting like, oh yeah, I got a body, man, this guy, man, they lying to you, man. They get in jail, they crying. They get in there, man, they're depressed, man. They hating life. They try to make it seem like things are normal, but it ain't normal. Because I've talked to these dudes when they sitting by themselves, and it ain't nice. It ain't like they wish they had get back, man. They wish they only had 10 years or 20 years, but it ain't like that. So the violence, the drug use, man, it's some sucker shit. You know, stop buying into it, man. Wake up, man. I'm trying to kick you guys some game, you know, because nobody really taught me shit. A lot of the blackmails in my life weren't about shit. So I'm trying to give you guys something that is about some shit so that you can peep game, and maybe I can reach a couple of you guys. Maybe a couple of you guys will wake up. But it ain't nothing fly about all that lifestyle, man. And man, mental illness is real, and it's becoming more prevalent because of the drug use, which is burning these cats out. It's eating up their brains, man. It's sending people into dark depression. And you know, you families out there, you need to talk to your kids. A lot of these kids need, I think, as soon as you get into the 9th grade, you need to have a regular counselor that you can talk to, and just get help, man, because we don't need our young people going out like Juice Wrld. We don't need these guys getting, you know, suicidal. It's not a good look, man. And our family unit is being destroyed. And like I said, I'm not perfect, but I'm transparent. I don't pretend to be some religious, sanctified individual. I'm raw. I did a lot of things, but I own up to them. And I'm not out here asking for sympathy. I'm not asking for pity. I'm not playing a blame game. I take full responsibility, just like you need to take full responsibility. And a lot of you guys out here spitting this bullshit on these rap albums need to take full responsibility. Big Herc 916, man. Holler at me, man.
Wake the streets up.